So, you know, you always wanted to find out what Hogwarts house you belong to, and there's random tests for it on the internet. Some probably less random than others, but here I am, and I'll try out free tests to look where I'd be sorted. Let's just test this and see how it goes. I mean, I always counted myself as Slytherin because I always drawn to the dark stuff and shit like that. But of course, I'd be excited to find out more. And I just registered on Pottermore, and now let's get this going. House unknown. Let's change that. English, better language. Start sorting. River or forest? Forest is nice, but a river is equally nice, especially on a hot summer day. So, do we want a forest or the river? Let's say it's a hot summer day, then I'd choose the river. But there may be a river in the forest, so you never know. How would you like to be known to history? The great, the wise, the bold, the good. I think I value wisdom over any of these other traits, so select this one. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? The gleaming jet black box with a silver locket and a key. Lock and key. Marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. Cool. The small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, I open only for the worthy. The small tortoise shell box, embellished with gold, inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. Oh goodness. The ornate golden casket, standing on clawed feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. It's a good question. Maybe Merlin? He's known, but could always be made by an imposter or fortified. Like some guy used to know. We take this box. Secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. That's reassuring. Let's find out. You and 2 friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do you volunteer to fight? Attempt to confuse the troll into letting all 3 of you pass without fighting. I suggested all 3 of you should fight. Let's try to confuse it. If you could have any power, which would you choose? The power to read minds. Oh, that could be helpful. The power to change the past. Invisibility. There's cloaks for this. Power to speak to animals. That could be interesting. Superhuman strength. Change the appearance at will. Oh, that'd be nice. See, that's this shit. This receding hair would be an easy fix. But I'd change stuff in the past because, yeah, that'd be more to my taste. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. How does the troll get so high up in Hogwarts? It's about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. A nearly perfect cure for dragonpox. Let's put it to number 2. 1,000 years. Oh, that. Okay. No, that's alright. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Cats are cute. Cats are nice. That's definitely something. Toads are a bit pointless, I think. And owls, you can always have the school owls if you really want to send stuff away. Not as comfortable than your personal owl, but I do think a cat would be a fluffy and nice companion. Oh, ginger cat, white cat, Siamese cat, tabby cat, a black cat. Let's pick Siamese. White or black? I always take black. Ooh, ready to get started. That's nice. Pride, ambition, cunning, Slytherin. Welcome to Slytherin. Probably know that some of Slytherin's most renowned members include Severus Snape and Bellatrix Lestrange. But you know Merlin himself was the Slytherin, or that according to legend, the ribbon of a first-class order of Merlin is green to reflect his Hogwarts house. So nice. Oh, I think that's cool. That's interesting world building to me. And Slytherin concludes our test number 1. So let's just move to BuzzFeed. A little less relevant than it used to be, but that tests are alright. Holy shit, is this website glaringly white? Why does the site have dark mode anywhere? Doesn't seem like it. Because dark mode is BuzzFeed. Why no dark mode? Let's begin. You've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What material is at its core? A fluffy unicorn hair? A hot phoenix feather? Or a wild dragon heartstring? That's a good question. I don't see myself as a unicorn guy. Shame to say so. Classic phoenix feather or a dragon is equally classic. I heard that dragon heartstring ones are more used to attack and for more of aggressive spells. Let's call it like that. What do we choose? Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff is not unbeneficial, wouldn't it be? Let's take the dragon heartstring. During the end of year exams, you noticed that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do you do? To the professor immediately. Cheating is wrong, no matter what. Nothing, but if I hadn't come top of the class, I'd definitely tell the professor. Oh, professor. Could I 5? I don't know if I would say anything, but I kind of think it's unfair. Would I tell the professor? Maybe. I mean, the person used it to benefit them. It's not to no other beneficial, to no other person's benefit. So probably that. Could be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, boring. I'm kind of boring. I'm at least I don't think I'm so exciting. So I wouldn't give a shit. Unkind. Ignorant. I don't have a problem with being called ignorant. You don't have to tolerate everything. So sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Alright? Weak or unkind? Consider myself a friendly guy, so being unkind. Labeled unkind would be maybe a bit drastic. You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you and you shout Expelliarmus, Protego, Stupefy or Crucio. An unforgiving curse? That's maybe a bit overkill. Expelliarmus, Protego. It's just a duel, so maybe I wouldn't stupefy them. So it's more attack and this is more defense, so let's go for attack. De-arm them and be done. It's your 5th year at Hogwarts and you've just received a howler from your parents. What for? Sneaking into the Forbidden Forest at night on a dare, getting caught cheating in my divination being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours. Nothing. I'd never do anything to warrant a howler. Nerd. Which of these Dumbledore quotations speaks to you? Pity the living and above all those who live without love. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. They are all pretty good. I have a very romantic heart, so that could be for my choosing. This is something that delves more into personal responsibility. You can't always say, oh, it's society's fault that I am like that. You have the power to change, and change can often just only you can be the source of your change in many circumstances. I pick love. Which of these most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends? I love surrounding myself with people. The most friends I have, the better. The more friends. No, quality over quantity. Very few close friends that I would trust with my life. I mean, it's not on the point, these questions. So, and as an introvert, I don't gravitate to a huge circle of friends, but I have close friends. Which of my skills are you most proud of? My ability to absorb new information, my ability to make new friends, kinda hard. That's what she said. My ability to get what I want. Give cigarettes. Pride yourself with information. First Quidditch match of the season is approaching and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing? Sticker or the glory? That could be nice. An eye for detail. Chase, I'd like to be involved and work as part of the team. Beater, I like having all the power. I'll be in the crowd making sure supporter morale is high. I've seen myself more as a beater, trying to block, use a strategy to block the enemy Quidditch players. We had this. Saturday, you've finished your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go? The Forbidden Forest, the library, kitchens, room of requirement. If I don't require anything in the room of requirement, that would make it pretty pointless. I think to be there out of boredom, that's not what the room is for. It needs to require something. Forbidden Forest is off limits. Let's play by the rules here. So I'd probably choose the kitchen, or the library or the kitchen. Could learn some new dishes there from the house elves. What you see in the mirror of Horized. Myself surrounded by riches, family and friends, knowledgeable above all. Please. Which of these magical events would you most like to experience? So I read this as an active part, like being member of it. To try Wizard tournament as a player, that could be a bit dangerous. The World Cup. Could be exciting if you're a player, but maybe a bit overkill. The Yule Ball can be nice if you like to dance. Christmas at Hogwarts. You know, since book 1 I always fancied Christmas at Hogwarts, and it's how it's described, and I think that would just be enough. You're having trouble mastering a new spell and you've decided to ask for help. Who do you go to? My professor, of course. My house ghost. My smartest friend. The library. I'll figure it out myself. My professor, of course. What would a ghost know about it? They can't even use magic anymore. Probably because they're dead. My smartest friend. My professor, of course. The library. Figuring it out yourself. That can work. But I'd go for the friend or the professor, and I'd ask a friend first. Choose a Deathly Hallow, the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, the Cloak of Invisibility. I asked myself the question, and I could make a video about it and do some Harry Potter theory. Can the Deathly Hallows be destroyed? Are they even in Harry Potter supernatural gimmicks, or are they just items with a very, very powerful spell? Because I think like the Elder Wand, it's essentially still just a wand which has a bit of its own magic to discover who is its owner or its master. But other than that, I think it still can be defeated. The Cloak of Invisibility is probably just a cloak with well-designed material that's light and bewitched to make you invisible. Maybe a hex that's not fading away, but who knows? Oh god. Just diving into it. The Resurrection Stone. I think there might be spells in Harry Potter that are able to penetrate the veil between life and death. Maybe just producing shadows of the people, and that could be the stuff that's on the Resurrection Stone. That's a good video idea, and I have some more. Will I just turn this into a Harry Potter fan channel? What path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? I joined the ministry. I want to make a difference in the world. I think I traveled for a while before committing to a career. Settle down and start a family. That's nice. Continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible. I'd like to travel and see something of the world. Especially in Harry Potter, where there's all these magical beings and we're just looking at Great Britain and not much further, but that would be interesting to discover. Slytherin. And it's not doing anything because this shit is broken. Okay, BuzzFeed just checked out, so thank you, your site works very well. So let's continue with the extended starting head quiz. Because why not? Dawn or Dusk. Dawn is nice, but Dusk is even nicer when the sun finally goes down. We had the river here. Moon or stars? I mean, looking at the stars is cool and all, but the moon is closer and when it's really bright. It's purely fancy. I don't know. Or maybe selfish. Selfish would be worse. After you've died, what would you name? Miss you but smile. I mean, that's the sweetest. Wise. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love? I mean, you have to work for love. No potion will solve that. But I love a potion that would make me wiser. To learn even more. The flutterby bush produce flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of fire, sea, fresh parchment. I think that could be nice. Reduce the range of forming, frothing silver liquid that sparkles though containing grounded diamonds. Let's go with black. Violin, trumpet, piano, the drum. So, trumpet would be probably too loud for me. The drum, too. So, piano or violin. I think a violin has some more smoothness, more richness to its tones. And an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? Statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. Let's get to the wizard. The Wizard of Oz. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? The small trash. We had it. The golden casket. The records. Yeah, we had this. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Hunger, cold, loneliness, boredom, being ignored. You know, in German they call boredom die Langeweile, the long time. Something like that. So it means time stretches longer for you. So you finally have time to get out your ass and do something. So now you just needn't get bored. If you get bored, you have time to do something, and that actually fights your boredom again. Hunger. If I am hungry, just eat something. No problem there. Cold is, yeah. You just put up some clothes or turn up the heat. So it's loneliness or being ignored. And I think loneliness often hits the hardest. Envied, intimidated, trusted, praised, liked, feared. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, I think. If you could have any power, which would you choose? Reminds that we had this one. It's nice that it counts the points here, actually. What are you most looking forward towards learning at Hogwarts? Apparition and disapparition. I mean, hexes and jinxes could always be sweet. Transfiguration could be nice. Turn water into wine or something biblical like that. Hexes and jinxes. Would it be amusing? Transfiguration. Let's go with hexes. Which of the following would you most like to study? Centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, trolls. I guess vampires were interesting, or werewolves. Can't I pick just both? Let's go with the werewolves. You and true friends, need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll. I hope we had this. Confuse the troll. One of your housemates has cheated. The truth. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or wizard. Yeah, something more like this. Tell them that you're worried about their mental health. That's nice. Schneidmeyer would frighten him was standing on top of something very high. That could be kind of worrying. And I had a keyhole of the dark window's room, which you locked. No, that would be most amusing. I mean, this would be weird. What tempts you most? The wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, the twisting, leaf-strewn path through woods. This is more like a gothic vision. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you proceed with caution? Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw into the shadows to avoid developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spells. Yeah, let's come. Let him come. Siamese cat, black or white, black, so tails. Give him the heads. The left-handed path. And we're set. That's like 1200 points for Slytherin, 1000 points for Ravenclaw, 900 points for Hufflepuff, and Gryffindor with 575. Blech. Should drink something. Where's my water? And this concludes the extended sorting hat quiz. Leave a comment, I'd be interested in what you have to say. I'm a tiny bit disturbed that BuzzFeed failed somehow. But it is what it is. I'm maturely on Slytherin's side, so am I evil? Yes, I am. Goodbye, and thank you.